November 15th, 1967. Police discover an abandoned car beside Old Alton Bridge, 5 miles south of Denton, Texas. A rash of mysterious disappearances are becoming alarmingly routine on a chilling stretch of road that is known by locals as the Goatman's Bridge. Constructed in 1884, the bridge connected Louisville to Alton. The turn of the century brought a black goat farmer and his family to a residence just north of the bridge, and a few short years later, Oscar Washburn was known as a dependable, honest businessman. North Texans endearingly began to call him the Goatman. But the success of a black man was still unwelcome, and Klansmen in the local government turned to violence after he displayed a sign on Alton Bridge, "This way to the Goatman's." One night in August 1938, with their headlights off, the Klansmen crossed the bridge, dragged the Goatman from his family, and lynched him over the side. Peering over into the water, his murderers saw a rope, but not his body. In a panic, the Klansmen returned to the Washburn residence and killed his family in cold blood. Since the disappearance of the Goatman, there have been many strange sightings on and near Old Alton Bridge. Some say his spirit still haunts these woods. Locals tell the story and follow it with a warning. Those who cross the bridge with no headlights will be met on the other side by the Goatman. After numerous abandoned vehicles and missing persons, a new bridge was constructed directly downstream, but Old Alton Bridge, the Goatman's Bridge, remains still open to foot traffic. It is under surveillance by the paranormal investigators of North Texas and the Denton County Paranormal Investigators. Oscar Washburn was never seen again and has been presumed dead since his attempted murder.
Welcome to P&K Paranormal, episode number 2. Today's quest for the unknown takes us to Minter's Chapel Cemetery in Grapevine, Texas, where we had done no prior research, but wound up with a very creepy, yet interesting, yet disturbing surprise. But first, we take you to the legendary Goatman's Bridge near Denton, Texas, and the evil woods that is reported to surround it. We also were surprised there. Let's take a look. We're in the woods surrounding the Goatman's Bridge, where it's alleged people have heard strange things, growling noises, laughter, footsteps, horses' footsteps, odds and ends like that. It was somewhere nearby here where the Goatman, Oscar Washburn, had his cabin where he lived with his family before they were slaughtered. There's even some reports of a actual goat man, a man's body with a goat's head. I don't know if those are urban legends. These things tend to snowball the old stories. What is known about these woods is that in 1967 there were several unsolved disappearances of local people in this area. To this day, the cases remain open. Whether it had anything to do with the alleged satanic worships that went on in this area is unclear. I don't know if you can see, but through the trees right there you can see the bridge. Going off the trail. Huh. What's this?
Look at that tree. Ground.
It's
Very
a
strange.
circle.
Huh? Very strange.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I'm having a Blair Witch flashback. Was that weird circle the site of some satanic ritual? There's been reports of that in the area. I guess we'll never know. Now on to the bridge.
We're here at the famous Alton Bridge, hoping to correspond with the Goatman, or anyone else who may be available.
We're at the Old Alton Bridge near Copper Canyon, Texas, also known as Goatman's Bridge, where in 1938, allegedly a local black man was known as the Goatman. He apparently had goats, was accosted by the local KKK. They noosed him and threw a rope over the bridge and tried to hang him, but when they looked, he was allegedly gone, which freaked out the KKK, and they went back to his house, which he lived nearby, and killed his entire family. The Goatman's name was Oscar Washburn. One of the KKK members was apparently named Steve. That's all that's known. Let's take a look at the Old Alton Bridge. As we arrived at the bridge, the first thing we did was, on the south side of the bridge, placed a few trigger objects. A couple of dolls, a sign with Oscar Washburn's name on it we taped to the rail, and then in the center of the bridge we placed a red rubber ball. We placed it in a crack where it would sit firmly. There was no wind that day. Then about a half an hour later, after I had finished up getting some EMF readings, as I was turning around, I heard the bridge rattling, only on the south side where we had put the trigger objects. There was nothing that could have caused the rattle, to my knowledge. The nearby road, there were trucks going by left and right. It had no effect on the bridge. It's not even connected to the old bridge. Did we anger some sort of spirit with the trigger objects? You decide. The bridge was just rattling. There's no obvious explanation for that. Shortly after the bridge rattling incident, Kathy was rolling the camera on me as I was taking more EMF readings. We luckily got this footage. Just as I turned around, I noticed that the ball, which had been sitting at the center of the bridge perfectly still for approximately 45 minutes, started rolling back and forth and in different directions all by itself. Like I said, there was no wind that day. Was something or someone playing with the ball? Let's take a look.
Get the ball. For the record, there is absolutely no wind on this bridge right now. The area is surrounded by trees. The ball is going back and forth. Get too close. Stop. Can you roll the ball to us? Stay right there. No EMF. Is there somebody here? Is there a little girl? Is there a little boy? Is your dad the Goatman?
Excuse me.